The reality is the end of the Cold War caught everyone by surprise. It was the end of a bipolar world. A new world order was being born, and yet there was not enough thinking and discussion about its governance structures. There was never a Bretton Woods conference or San Francisco conference post-1989. As a result, global governance structures did not adjust, and here lies the root of many of today's problems. Global challenges need global solutions, and these can only come with the right global governance, which today, 20 years later, after the Berlin Wall fell, remains too weak. And yet there is a place on Earth where new forms of global governance have been tried following World War II in Europe. More than half a century ago, Jean Monnet said, quote, "The sovereign nations of the past can no longer provide a framework for the resolution of our present problems. And yet, the European community itself is no more than a step towards the organizational forms of tomorrow's world." End quote. Governance to which end? What do I mean by global governance? For me, global governance describes the system we set up to assist human society to achieve its common purpose in a sustainable manner, that is, with equity and justice. Growing interdependence requires that our laws, our social norms and values, our mechanisms for framing human behavior be examined, debated, understood, and operated together as coherently as possible. This is what would provide the basis for effective, sustainable development in its economic, social, and environmental dimensions. Whether public or private, governance needs to provide leadership, the incarnation of vision, of political energy, of drive. It also needs to provide legitimacy, which is essential to ensure ownership over decisions which lead to change. Ownership to prevent the inbuilt bias towards resistance to modify the status quo.